Now this project has some serious blue chip vibes. They've got a long-term plan, the art is sick, and the team are really smart. Let's jump in and break down Rubber Duck Bath Party. Now before I kick this off, I'm going to say about 72% of you aren't subscribed, so head down, hit up that subscribe button. Also, while you're down there, hit up that like button. Also, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before getting into the NFT space. Now, as you can see, I've got the yellow shirt on. I've changed up the colors because we're all about Rubber Duck Bath Party today. Rubber Duck Bath Party is this project that actually Matt's Crypto, you can check his channel out up here. He actually put me onto these guys. When I had a look into it, I just got some serious vibes. And once I started to talk to the founders, I just got even more excited and even more hyped about this project. The thing about Rubber Duck Bath Party is it's got this unique art style where the lines are these dots. Now, the reason that I say this is important is because this plays into collaborations super easy. And the reason that an item or a project becomes a blue chip is because it has a style that's unique, a style that you can look at something and go, hey, that is that particular project. Now, because you've got this dotted line art style, you could take a Doodles, you could take a Cool Cats, you could take anything really, and then use this line, and then it's an instant collaboration. You can instantly go, hey, that's Doodles, but it's with Rubber Duck Bath Party vibes. The other thing about this project that makes it have some serious blue chip sort of vibes about it is the fact that the team have got a roadmap, and the roadmap is super sort of specific, but it's also intentionally left open. Now, what I mean is on their roadmap, it says that they're going to have bath parties. They don't define what bath parties are or how they actually work. This leaves them open to changing up what a bath party can be when the NFT tech and the NFT space comes along. But it also means that they're tying themselves and they're promising that they are going to do them. So they're not locking themselves into something longer term that may not evolve with the space, but they're also not saying that they're kind of going to let the community decide or burst into the metaverse. They're letting this play out in a very particular, specific way that works well for the execution that they want, but also leaving the flexibility to actually kind of build on that later, which is great. So when it comes down to the release of Rubber Duck Bath Party, they are having a supply of 10,000 and they haven't released the mint price yet, and they are launching towards the end of February. So the reason that I'm getting these blue chip vibes from Rubber Duck Bath Party is the fact that with the bath parties, what they're going to be doing is including a mechanism where you take your duck and you have essentially your traits. You go to the party, you then essentially change up those traits, and then you kind of get your duck back. Now, what this happens is it means that it changes up the rarity of your duck. So if you don't go to the bath party, your duck's not going to change. If you go to the party, you might get a new beak, you might get a new tattoo, you might get new sunglasses. The idea with these bath parties is that you are engaging with the community sort of every month. Now, what this does is it means that the community will be engaged. They're not just kind of in it and then the sense of community fades out. People will be drawn into it sort of very frequently to engage in these bath parties. Now, the cool thing about being engaged in those bath parties is it keeps this at the forefront of your collection, but also keeps it at the forefront of sort of the media attention, which means that it's more likely for it to kind of be having strong secondary sales because people will want to participate in these bath parties. Now, what is really cool about these bath parties is that as styles and trends change, these bath parties can be adapted. So what this means is it means that if there is a really cool collaboration that they want to do, they can easily do one with a bath party because they can go, hey, we're doing a collaboration with this project. You can then go to that bath party. You could then have a chance at getting some of those traits of a new collection that could be releasing. The idea that this is positioned in a way that it can move and adapt with the times, which I absolutely love. The other aspect that comes down to the blue chip vibes of this project is the artist Gal, an absolutely huge, insane following. They've done some art for some crazy brands. You can see here the artwork that they've done, their following, and what they've kind of got with their professional artistic career. The other aspect is the other team members, they're super friendly. They're really engaged in the project. When you kind of sit down with the founder, they sit down, they're kind of decked head to toe in kind of Rubber Duck Bath Party merch. The smile and enthusiasm for the project is contagious. When you get into a chat with the team, you can't help but be sucked into their world. And what they've said, which really struck a point with me, is they go, to make a strong community, they need to onboard everyone one at a time. Because what I found is that they wanted to kind of express their roadmap and where they wanted to go. They wanted to vibe and kind of explain how they wanted to take this into the future. And when you do that, you can ask questions and you get this feedback. And I think that this is really crucial and important when it comes down to a project. Now, I know that I have the ability to actually reach out to these projects and actually get time to do that. And what I want to do here is express the excitement that I actually had when talking to them. I kept getting goosebumps hearing about what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. It's insane. Now, other parts that play into these blue chip vibes that I'm getting is that they've got a music producer to kind of generate music for these bath parties. So these are kind of essentially exclusive tracks that are going to be played for the parties. They haven't just thought about making the art or the utility when it comes down to the changing of traits. They've thought about this whole world that they've wanted to build. They don't take it seriously. They want to have fun with it. And because they want to have fun with it and they've put just enough in front to keep you engaged, this is where I believe people get sucked into this story. Anyone that comes across Rubber Duck Bath Party and actually has a proper look, they get sucked into the world and they want to mint it. They want to be a part of it. It's one of these projects that's just easy to look at. It's not kind of demanding time from you. It's just demanding good vibes. And that's what I really like about this project. Any interaction you have with it, you've left that interaction a better person. And this is just what plays into what I believe should be a blue chip project. Now, when it comes down to Rubber Duck Bath Party, they've got 10,000 on Twitter and 10,000 in their Discord. Now, their Discord is currently locked, so you have to follow them on Twitter and engage there. And this is where that sense of community is being built up really well. And I think that in the next coming weeks, as we get closer to release, this 10,000 on Twitter will blow out to sort of 20 or 30. I can see the momentum really building and really kind of being drawn up when people start to really catch on about what they actually want to do. Because currently, they're just focused on executing. They're focusing on testing out the bath parties and the traits and what actually happens. So they're running lots of different tests. And when I was actually talking to the founder, he was kind of going, hey, here's your duck. Here's what happens when you go to 2 bath parties and then don't. And he was kind of showing me the way that rarities end up changing and what happens if you kind of sit out a bath party, if you go to some, and what happens. And there are some kind of stuff that I can't actually release now about what they actually want to do in the future when it comes down to the bath parties. Now, what makes me super excited about Rubber Duck Bath Party is that they're not just trying to run up the project and then execute the roadmap. They essentially just want to get to launch as soon as possible so they can start doing the bath parties and kind of start actually having fun, mixing up the traits, kind of generating tracks and doing all these things, because they've got the ability to do some really cool creative things. And this is where I find the unique aspect of what NFT technology is and can be. The fact that they are going to be able to kind of go to the bath party, change up the traits. And a side note, you're never going to lose your duck. You're going to be able to go to their website and look at your previous ducks and look at how they've evolved, which means that your ducks, as they keep going to parties, you're essentially building a story of your duck and the parties that they've gone to and the different versions of the ducks. Obviously on OpenSea, you'll have the most recent version of the duck, but the idea that you'll be able to kind of send your duck to multiple bath parties. When it comes down to my strategy for Rubber Duck Bath Party, I'm most likely going to be minting a minimum of 3, maybe 5. The idea is I almost want to have a duck that I keep just fresh, raw, that doesn't go to any parties. Then I'm going to send a duck to every single party. And then I'm going to have one duck that I'll kind of like play around with and just dip in and out when it comes down to it. Because when the long-term vision and plan, if you've got a duck that has never been changed and it's essentially an original OG duck, will they be able to go to a party in sort of 3 or 4 months time for virgin duck party holders? Will there be a bath party that you can only go to if you've gone to all of the previous bath parties? Will you need to send 2 or 3 ducks to a bath party to kind of get this? There's so many different iterations of things that they can do because they've just defined having bath parties. And this is why I'm kind of getting these blue chip vibes, and this is why I'm really excited about it, and this is why I really implore you to actually kind of have a deep look into it and then ask some questions about this project, because it has a really cool vibe, it has a unique art style, it has a great utility that I haven't really seen before, and it has a long-term goal and plan that isn't too locked in place. That means that it has the ability to adapt with what the NFT market wants. So overall, I hope you found value in this video. Hopefully I was able to convey the excitement that I have for Rubber Duck Bath Party. If you did find value in this video, please consider hitting up that subscribe button. While you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.